first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor, the winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it, because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
So that'll back them up 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Keep it up, guys. Hurt. Let's see it.
Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing, because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
And look at this. They're keeping the punter on the sideline. They're going to go for it here on the opening drive. They'll try and run for it. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48.
I don't believe that was called right here in the moment. I believe this was called during practice this week, that he was going to decide to be aggressive even on his own side of the field.
Just you mean because it's the opening drive, maybe they had this scripted?
I think that he just talked about it with his team and said, listen, I'm confident in you. If we end up in this situation, we'll go for it early just to set a tone in this game.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Let's bring it.
Now Jones. Going right side here, and that's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. Hey, check Mike 47. Check Mike 47. Squeeze, double.
Second and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Mike 47. Here we go. Watch out. Three.
Throwing Jones. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And he He's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Back.
Now a play fake here on first down. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
They'll try the left side. It's Patterson. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They run with Patterson. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with the new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs. It gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
47's the mic. 47's the mic. Smash. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Let's go.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bulls take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. First carry now for Dalvin Cook, shedding the tackle. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
Defense, let's get out the field.
On first down, it's Watson. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Throwing on third down, Watson steps away to his left. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
I'm looking at this one with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
A 59-yard attempt.
Butker's kick here is good, and that'll do it for the first quarter of play. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Butker now to kick this one away. Powell now to take it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this game, CD, some are calling it the game of the year. Others are saying, hey, this is the Super Bowl preview. As we speak, these are the top seeds in each conference. How do you think these two teams approach this one internally?
And I think that we both subscribe to the theory that it is the game of the year so far, and it could be a Super Bowl preview. I know outwardly both teams are going to tell us, hey, it's 1 of 16. We're going to do what we do. Let's just go ahead and play our game. But I think we both know that internally, they're saying we've got to establish we're the team to beat in case we see them again.
2nd and 8.
18 Cardinal. Hey, alert 3.
Now a give here to Pollard. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for first. To throw, Jones. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now the ball comes loose. It's going the other way. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Oilers have moved out in front.
If you did know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead is now 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Powell now to take it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Left side, Cook. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
It's our time. It's our time. Alert! 45's the mic. 45's the mic. Blue Dan. Blue Dan.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Rolling to his right. With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off.
Now they try the right side here. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side. 2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Dalvin Cook, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Oilers are able to widen their advantage. Well, they've done a pretty good job keeping him in check to that point, but he finally breaks off a nice run here and gets into the end zone.
And it just takes one, doesn't it, partner? That can undo a lot of good work that a defense has done to that point. You break off one right there, and everything suddenly looks bad for you.
Here's Powell on the return. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, one-play interceptions, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in that half.
Pollard going to try the right side, and he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Man, I got you. Check. 42's the mic. Check.
Looking to throw. Jones. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A good pickup there on 1st as the screen pass gets him 8.
Good call there on 1st down. And Brandon, I'm getting better over the years and not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones eluding the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
Mike 42.
Jones now on 3rd and 2. Looking left side, and it's complete. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Watch tight. Tight end right. Tight end right. Hey. Check. 3 down.
They run the counter. Pollard. And not much running room. Down to the 32. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime.
He wasn't ready.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
So we got man.
On 2nd and 12, Jones completes it to Quick. Oh, good move. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bulls are back within a score. Tyler Bass now for the point after. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 63 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. Watson on first down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. To throw again on second down. Watson, he'll rifle this one deep right side. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Mike 9. Bang Hill.
And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to fourth down. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
I know they got the first down, but Brandon, I still don't like the call going for it there. Yeah, they got it. But I would have punted the ball there, played some field position. I mean, it's okay to end drives and kicks, right? You know, we've heard that from different guys before. Remember, a kick's either a punt, right, field goal, or a point after touchdown. It's okay to end it in a kick.
And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively, and it'll bring up second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Cook now off the read option. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. This one is Slayton over the middle. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Check, 45 to Mike. Check.
On first down, Watson. Escaping the pressure right. That's going to be caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Here we go.
Now it's Watson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
We own them. 45. Let them know. 45. Let them know.
The final shot before the break. Watson. And it's caught. Touchdown. Kyle Pitts in the final seconds of the first half. And the Oilers will extend their lead here just before halftime. And this drive, Charles, very well timed as they score with very little time remaining in this first half.
And I'm reminded that they get the second half kickoff as well, so they can break this one wide open before the other guys have a chance to possess the football.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Bulls 14. Harrison Butker sets the kickoff.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. Here's Powell on the return. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Watson's throw taken in here by Fuller. The reception good for 7. It's third down. That reception, his 600th NFL catch. Congratulations. Quite the accomplishment.
This is it. 118. Mike 45. Come off the ball. Hard. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Now watch one. Watch one. Check 37. Check 54. 24 is down. He's coming. 45. 45. 45. Mike 45. Danny. Line up.
Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Mike 9. Mike 9. Bang L. Bang L. Bang L. 31.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Watson. And complete right side to Cook. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Hey, we got a seal. We got a
Running the ball served them well all game long, and there's another example as they pick up a first down.
A pickup of 2 yards. First down, Raiders.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
He's coming. Double up. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Alert. Alert. Check nickel. Nickel. Nickel.
Handoff comes to Cook. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Hey, we got to snap.
On 2nd and 12, Watson. He'll dump this off to Cook. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 87 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. And now here's a carry heading left. And they'll get this down to the 10. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will stretch the lead up to 13. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
On second and a yard, Jones. They'll drop this underneath to Pollard.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
19 Tiger.
Back to throw. Jones. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a third down.
Brings up third and
6. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The offense on third down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
45. Check smash. Check smash. All day, baby, all day.
Off play action. Jones. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
45, Mike, 45. I got one.
They go play action here on first down. Out to his left. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
45's the Mike. 45's
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones going up top. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
Man, to put it mildly, look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Again, it's Cook. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the 4th. On 2nd down, it's Cook again. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
49, check 49.
They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first.
24.
Faking the give. Now Watson. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd down now. It's Cook, and he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball and continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
They'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. And good pressure defensively to stop him for a loss of a couple. And there's also a flag to go with it. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
Switch! Switch!
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. From the left hash, this from 37. Butker's kick here is good. And that will swell the lead to 16. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here's 2nd and 10.
45. Bring it. Bring it. Buffalo 18. 45's the mic. Know your job. 45's the mic. 45's the mic.
Here's Jones.
That's trash.
He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And they'll indeed take a knee. And they'll take a knee as the clock ticks down toward 50 seconds to go. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
And they take a knee. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. Whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for our visitors, they continue to show they'll be a tough out in the playoffs as they move to 14-2 on the year. Next for Everybody, alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.